You've got $330 burning a hole in your pocket. That's exactly the price difference between the Potensic ATOM 3 and DJI Mini 4 Pro. Same sensor size, same 4K at 60 FPS, both under 249 grams. So what does DJI actually give you for that extra cash, and is any of it worth it? Out of the box, both drones look like they belong in the same weight class. Foldable arms, compact bodies, travel-friendly profiles. The ATOM 3 comes in just under 249 grams, same as the Mini 4 Pro. You're getting the same regulatory freedom with both. No license or registration required in most countries. Where they differ is in the feel. The Mini 4 Pro has that premium DJI finish, tight tolerances, confident build quality. The ATOM 3 is well constructed for its price bracket. Nothing feels flimsy, but it doesn't quite match the tactile quality of the DJI. That said, once they're in the air, nobody cares what the plastic feels like. This is where things get interesting. Both drones are packing the exact same sensor size, a 1 by 1.3 inch CMOS, but DJI pulls ahead in one critical spec: aperture. The Mini 4 Pro shoots at f-stop 1.7 versus the ATOM 3's f-stop 2.8. That's a significant difference. More light hits the sensor on the DJI, which matters enormously in low light, golden hour, and anything that isn't a bright, sunny afternoon. On paper, the ATOM 3 wins the megapixel race, 50 megapixels versus 48 megapixels on the DJI. But honestly, that 2 megapixel gap is invisible in real-world use. What's not invisible is the difference that an f-stop 1.7 aperture makes when you're trying to pull a clean shot at dusk. Both drones shoot 4K at 60 FPS with HDR. Both support a flat color profile, P-Log on the Potensic, D-Log-M and HLG on the DJI. The Mini 4 Pro's D-Log-M records in 10-bit with its log modes, which gives you significantly more flexibility in color grading. The ATOM 3's P-Log is useful, but it doesn't hit 10-bit. For casual creators, that won't matter. For anyone doing serious post-production work, it absolutely does. The ATOM 3 does bring something interesting to the table, a 48mm Med Tele mode with up to 4 times digital zoom at 4K resolution. It's digital, not optical, so quality degrades as you push it, but it gives you a different framing option the Mini 4 Pro doesn't match quite as cleanly. Both cameras also support vertical shooting for social media. Both shoot slow motion, 7 times on the ATOM 3, up to 4K at 100 FPS on the Mini 4 Pro. This is the most lopsided category in the entire comparison. The DJI Mini 4 Pro has omnidirectional obstacle avoidance: forward, backward, left, right, up, and down. It was the first sub-250-gram drone to ever offer this. The forward sensors can detect objects up to 200 meters away. It's genuinely impressive safety tech, packed into a legal weight limit. The ATOM 3 has none of that. Zero obstacle avoidance. If you fly it into a tree, that's on you. For beginners who are still developing spatial awareness in the air, this is a real consideration. The Mini 4 Pro gives you a safety net. The ATOM 3 requires more situational awareness from the pilot. If you're flying in open spaces, beaches, fields, wide open landscapes, you may never miss it. If you're navigating around trees, buildings, or tight spaces, you will. Flight time goes to the ATOM 3. It hits 40 minutes on the standard battery and 50 minutes on the extended range battery. The Mini 4 Pro manages 34 minutes on its standard battery, or 45 minutes with the Battery Plus, which notably isn't even available in Europe. On transmission, the Mini 4 Pro reaches up to 20 kilometers on DJI's O4 system. The ATOM 3 hits 16 kilometers on PixSync 5.0 with tri-band switching across 2.4 GHz, 5.2 GHz, and 5.8 GHz. Both deliver 1080p live view. In real-world urban environments with interference, neither drone will ever approach those headline numbers, but the DJI's O4 system has a well-established track record for signal stability. Max speed is 16 meters per second on the DJI. The ATOM 3's top speed isn't officially published with the same granularity, but it's in a comparable range for consumer flight. The Mini 4 Pro also handles wind up to 10.7 meters per second and has GPS, Galileo, and Beidou GNSS. The ATOM 3 uses GPS positioning but doesn't publish the same multi-constellation detail. The Mini 4 Pro brings Active Track 360, waypoint flight, master shots, hyperlapse, advanced RTH, cruise control, and a full suite of quick shots. It's a mature, refined software ecosystem built over years of iteration. The ATM3 answers with AI Tracking 2.0, which includes a genuinely cool low-altitude tracking mode that works down to 4 meters above ground when propeller guards are installed. Cinematic modes include Waypoint, Dolly Zoom, Cineroll, Spiral Ascend, Spiral and Drift. It also has portrait optimization, panorama, and an AR return to home with apron recognition that's beginner-friendly and precise. The ATM3's feature list is solid. It punches above what you'd expect at this price. But DJI's maturity and the depth of Active Track 360 with manual mode still give it an edge in creative flexibility. Here's where the ATM3 makes its strongest argument. The standard kit starts at $429.99. The DJI Mini 4 Pro comes in at around $759 for the version with the RC2 controller. That's a $330 difference, money you could put towards extra batteries, a carrying case, or memory cards. If you want the ATM3 with the RCPTD screen controller, so you're doing an apples-to-apples comparison with the DJI RC2 setup, you're looking at $549.99. That's still over $200 less than the DJI equivalent. For travel creators, beginners, and hobbyists who just want beautiful 4K footage without breaking the bank, the ATM3 makes a compelling case. You get the same sensor size, longer flight time, and more than enough range for practically any real-world shooting scenario. If you're a beginner who wants maximum peace of mind in the air, omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, a proven transmission system, 10-bit color grading, and the reliability of the DJI ecosystem, the Mini 4 Pro is worth the premium. It's the more capable drone, full stop. But if you're a budget-conscious creator who's comfortable flying with more pilot responsibility and you want longer flight time, 50-megapixel stills, and genuinely solid 4K footage for over $200 less, the ATM3 is not a compromise. It's a legitimate choice. The ATM3 is for the creator who wants to get in the air and start shooting without spending DJI money. The Mini 4 Pro is for the creator who wants the best possible tool in this weight class and is willing to pay for it. Neither drone will let you down in good light with open skies, but only one of them will stop you from flying into a tree. If you found this comparison helpful, hit subscribe. Drop your questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.